the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Another town in Camarines Sur declares stable internal peace and security. 36 IB and San Miguel LGU in Surigao del Sur award cash aid and lots to former rebels. PBBM approves salary hike for GOCC workers. Dizon and Magalong inspect 179.4 million pesos ghost flood control project in La Union.
Hello to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, September 17, and this is AFP Committee News, your source for the updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rolf Susan Abay here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, the local government of Bonbon, Camarines Sur declared the municipality under stable internal peace and security after more than a year without communist terrorist group activity. Mayor James Paul Ranin and 902nd Infantry Brigade Commander Brigadier General William Peñafiel Jr. led the ceremony with the 9th Infantry Battalion and policemen. Troops assured continued military presence to safeguard peace and order in the area. Bonbon became the second town in the province to achieve safe status following Tigawon last June.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines through 36th Infantry Battalion and the local government unit of San Miguel in Surigao del Sur awarded cash assistance and residential lots to 5 Friends Rescued beneficiaries under the ECLIP program. The activity highlighted the town's peace-building initiatives. Mayor Michael Corilla reaffirmed the LGU's commitment in supporting FRs in starting new lives with dignity. 36th IB Commander Lieutenant Colonel Joselito Ante Jr. emphasized the AFP's role as a partner in peace and reconciliation, ensuring lasting reintegration for former rebels.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCOM, let us hear some information from UN about China Coast Guard harasses Philippine vessel near Bajo de Masinloc.
Two China Coast Guard vessels attacked the DAB-FAR's BRP Dato Gumbay Piang MMOV 3014 with water cannons near Bajo de Masinloc while it was supporting the Kadiwa para sa Bagong Bayaning Mangingisda initiative with the Philippine Coast Guard on September 16. The 29-minute assault caused heavy damage to the vessel and injured 1 BFAR personnel from shattered glass. A Chinese maritime militia vessel also attempted an attack but was evaded. Earlier that morning yesterday, a PLA Navy warship announced live fire drills in the area, alarming Filipino fishermen. Despite the harassment, PCG and BFAR vessel pushed through with their mission to aid local fishermen and uphold Philippine jurisdiction in the West Philippine Sea. This is John Sagauk reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Juan from NOLCOM.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 79th Infantry Battalion clashed with suspected New People's Army fighters in Barangay Gawahan, Victoria City, prompting the suspension of classes at Gawahan Integrated School. Local officials ordered the suspension as a precaution, with the school shifting to distance learning while pursuit operations continue. The firefight, which lasted about 5 minutes, caused no government casualties but briefly displaced some households. The army said remaining insurgents were attempting to regroup in the area once controlled by the dismantled Northern Negros Front.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Authorities arrested the former Maute terror group member in Kidapawan City. Police Regional Office 12 Director Brigadier General Arnold Ardiente confirmed that Jamal Soleiman Romato, a 43-year-old businessman, had fled Marawi City after the 2017 siege and later established a cell phone store in Barangay Sudapin. Operatives served multiple warrants of arrest issued by RTC Branch 266 in Taguig City for kidnapping with illegal detention and acts of terror. Kidapawan Police Chief Lieutenant Colonel Dominador Palgan Jr. said the court denied bail for Romato's temporary release.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Puff Simog, let us hear from Apple about EAAB and Puff Simog conduct outreach activity in Zamboanga.
Yes, Rof, in Zamboanga City, the Philippine Air Force Civil Military Operations Group, together with the Tactical Operations Wing Western Mindanao, conducted an outreach activity for orphans and elderly residents in Talon-Talon, Logoy de Utay. The initiative was led by the Wing Commander Brigadier General Rocky J. Binag, Philippine Air Force, in partnership with the EAB Officers Ladies Club, the Enlisted Ladies Club, and the Supreme Student Council Society of the Philippines Zamboanga Chapter. During the activity, the team distributed food packs, hygiene kits, and other essential goods. They also held interactive games and social activities to uplift the spirits of the beneficiaries. Organizers emphasized that the effort was more than assistance. It symbolized a strong civilian-military partnership that continues to foster solidarity and support within local communities. This is Apple Borabo reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Apple, from Puff Simog.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines clarified that its red alert status for the September 21 mass demonstrations is about readiness, not immediate troop deployment. AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla said all units are on full monitoring and standby to support the Philippine National Police in keeping protests peaceful. She stressed the alert posture is not militarization, but a contingency to guarantee coordination and response if needed. The AFP assured the public that no major security threats have been detected, but vowed to remain vigilant to protect civilians and maintain order.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has approved a salary increase and medical allowance for employees of government-owned or controlled corporations. Marcos said he has approved the compensation and position classification system too that will increase the salaries of GOCC employees. Marcos said that for GOCCs that implemented CPCS-1, the increases would retroact to January 1, 2025 upon receipt of their authority to implement from the Governance Commission for GOCCs. The chief executive then said that as they celebrate these milestones, his challenge to them is to invest in modern technology, simplify processes, and cut down on red tape so that every Filipino enjoys easy, fair, and dignified access to the services that they deserve.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let's hear more from Amy about MBLT 11 launches, Sundalo ng Pagbasa, Sundalo ng Pag-asa in Palawan.
The Marine Battalion Landing Team 11 joined the launch of the Sundalo ng Pagbasa, Sundalo ng Pag-asa program at Sagpangan Elementary School in Aborlan, Palawan. The initiative aims to boost literacy through weekly reading and tutorial sessions by Marines. The program fosters discipline, confidence, and love for learning while supporting teachers and strengthening students' academic performance. Marines affirm their commitment to empower communities and give every child the chance to learn, dream, and succeed. This is Ami reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Amy.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, prop pipes not measuring past an arm's length were used to disguise as 179.4 million ghost flood control project in La Union. Department of Public Works and Highways Secretary Vince Dizon and Baguio City Mayor and Independent Commission for Infrastructure Advisor Benji Magalong went to Bawang, La Union to inspect a project only to find substandard materials being used. A series of pipes could be seen installed on the river wall, making it seem like there were long pipes burrowed deep into the ground for flood mitigation. But officials were quick to see some of them already being worn down, revealing that the pipes were very short and barely stuck to the wall. Aside from the prop pipes, the metal wires used to build the walls were also substandard.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Public Works and Highways lifted the suspension on procurement activities for locally funded civil works projects in the country. At the same time, Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon has laid out several guidelines and strict reminders on compliance with applicable laws, policies, and regulations to avoid delays in the implementation of key infrastructure projects under the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Among the new guidelines is the live streaming of bidding activities. The department is also requiring all projects, regardless of cost, infrastructure type, or funding source, to undergo geotagging at the following stages. First is the planning or prior to implementation, mobilization, monthly progress, and completion, which is stated under Department Order 85 Series of 2020.
Armed Forces Radio.
And some information from Jim Boy about third ID identifies NPA female medic died in Capiz clash.
The 3rd Infantry Division identified the facility of New People's Army member after a clash in Tapas, Capiz. Troops from 61st Infantry Battalion recovered the body of Christine May Capadocio, NPA platoon medic and daughter of Pamangas chairperson Lucio Capadocio. Former rebel and intelligence report confirmed her identity and role in the dismantled KRP regional headquarters. 3rd ID Commander Major General Michael Sampson commended the troops and community for their cooperation leading to the successful operation. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
Meanwhile, the Anti-Money Laundering Council has issued freeze orders for the bank accounts of several government officials and contractors who were tagged in flood control anomalies. This includes the Discaya couple and SAC Department of Public Works and Highways officials Henry Alcantara and Bryce Hernandez. DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon had requested AMLC Executive Director Matthew David to issue the freeze orders. The DPWH confirmed to reporters that the AMLC approved Dizon's requests and the freeze orders have already been issued to the banks.
DWDD National News.
On the other hand, the Department of Social Welfare and Development is reaffirming its commitment to support repatriated overseas Filipino workers. DSWD Assistant Secretary Erin Dumlao said that as the agency that looks after the welfare of the poor and vulnerable sectors, including repatriated OFWs, the DSWD provides various services based on their needs. Each OFW undergoes an initial assessment to determine their immediate needs and the appropriate assistance that may be extended to them. According to Dumlao, the DSWD may provide financial support, including transportation assistance to help OFWs return to their provinces and medical aids for those with health conditions.
Armed Forces Radio.
And let us hear more from Maljoya 1st Year G Abba 702nd Infantry Brigade and SFAB, U.S. Army Share Fun and Culture in Pangasinan.
Yes, Rolf, the 702nd Infantry Brigade, together with the Security Force Assistance Brigade of the United States Army, successfully conducted a day of fun games at Camp Lieutenant Tito B. Abat, Manawag, Pangasinan. Highlighting Filipino culture and traditions, the activity featured popular local games such as Luksong Baka, Patintero, Tumbang Preso, Sack Race, and Sipa, along with the universally loved game of basketball. This game served as a bridge for both Filipino and American soldiers to enjoy friendly competition while learning from one another's cultures. The event aimed to foster camaraderie, strengthen military-to-military relations, and promote cultural exchange through shared recreational activities. It also sought to develop teamwork, sportsmanship, and mutual respect, values that are essential both in the field and beyond. By experiencing traditional Filipino games, the Security Force Assistance Brigade personnel gained a deeper appreciation of local heritage, while the 702nd Brigade reaffirmed the enduring bond of unity and cooperation between the Philippine Army and the United States Army. This is Meljoy Nesho Aroco reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy, of First Year G.
DWDD National News.
Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. reaffirmed the government's commitment in maintaining a strict and data-driven fish importation allocation system in the country. He said their system is fair and they don't give favors. The DH issued the statement after disclosing during Monday's House Committee on Appropriations hearing that Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldico allegedly pressured the Department of Agriculture to approve permits for his 3 companies. He said Co had sought to secure allocation for 3,000 containers of fish in 2024, a request he did not grant. Chu Laurel further assured the public that the DA continues to intensify efforts against agricultural smuggling, especially during the Burr months.
DWDD National News.
The 902.8 million budget of the Office of the Vice President was approved by the House Committee on Appropriations. Vice President Sara Duterte appeared before panel chairperson and Nueva Ecija Representative Micaela Swansing and other members of the Appropriations Committee. She also reiterated that she never used any public funds for her own tickets and incidental expenses. Caloocan City Representative Edgar Eris then moved to terminate the budget hearing after the 2 minority lawmakers asked their questions.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Marian, Philippines and UK move toward visiting forces agreement.
Defense Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr. welcomed United Kingdom Minister of State for Defense Lord Vernon Coker at Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City. The UK minister presented a letter expressing London's intent to pursue a status of visiting forces agreement with the Philippines. Both sides agreed to begin internal processes and formal negotiations to boost collaboration and interoperability between their armed forces. The meeting reaffirmed Manila and London's shared commitment to regional stability, defense cooperation, and upholding the rules-based international order. This is Marian reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Marian.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Mike about First MOC and before and the local partners lead coastal cleanup in Calapan City.
The first Civil Military Operations Company team up with Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, the Philippine Coast Guard, local police, and community group Kawel to conduct coastal cleanup in Barangay Lazareto, Calapan City yesterday. Around 200 residents and officials joined the activity, working together to clean debris and restore the shoreline's natural beauty. The initiative also promoted maritime conservation, sustainable fishing, and disaster resilience. The event highlighted a strong partnership between security forces, local agencies, and communities in protecting both people and environment. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mike.
DWDD National News.
Public school teachers and non-teaching personnel will be covered by the government's 20 peso per kilo rice program starting next month. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. said the DA is coordinating with the Department of Education to prepare for the new phase of the program. He added that they are finalizing the list. The DA targets to roll out the 20 peso per kilo rice for school personnel on October 15.
DWDD National News.
Malacanang supports an order of the Department of Transportation requiring officials to ride public transit at least once a week. This aims to experience the struggles of commuters. Presidential Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro said that President Marcos would support the policy of any government agency as long as it is reasonable and does not violate human rights. She added that the order is good so that public officials can truly experience what commuters go through every day. Covered by the directive of Acting Transportation Secretary Giovanni Lopez are undersecretaries, assistant secretaries, executive directors and regional directors of the Land Transportation Office and Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now from our reporter on the ground, let us hear the report of Shaina about 89th IB leads tree planting, empowers Bukidnon youth against CTG recruitment.
Yes, Rof. Troops of the 89th Infantry Battalion, together with the Provincial Youth Development Office, led a tree planting activity at their headquarters in Maramag, Bukidnon. Afterward, 60 youth leaders joined a massive awareness campaign facilitated by the 89th IB to address CTG recruitment tactics and promote a culture of society. The discussion also introduced opportunities to join the Armed Forces of the Philippines. The event strengthened youth resilience while promoting both environmental care and community peace. This is Shaina Raneta reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shaina.
Armed Forces Radio.
Another update from Apple of Pafsimog, Philippine Air Force athletes gear up for the Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League 2025.
The Philippine Air Force has officially sent off its athletes to the Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League 2025. Leading the event was the Vice Commander, Major General Aristotel D. Gonzalez, Philippine Air Force, who represented the Commanding General Lieutenant General Arthur M. Cordura, Philippine Air Force. In his message, General Cordura reminded the athletes that while strength and skills are vital, faith, unity, and service remain at the heart of true competition. He underscored that the Philippine Air Force athletes carry not only the colors of the Philippine Air Force, but also its values of discipline, courage, and teamwork. Athletes were urged to strive for victory with dignity, discipline, and sportsmanship, knowing they have the full support of the entire command as they face their battles in the arena with honor and integrity. This is Apple Borabo reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Apple, from Pafsimog.
DWDD National News.
And now for our weather update, Tropical Depression Mirasol has made landfall over Casiguran, Aurora. The cyclone was located in the vicinity of Casiguran, Aurora as of 4 a.m. Mirasol packs maximum sustained winds of 55 km per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 90 km per hour. Strong winds will prevail in areas where tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 is hoisted. These areas are Batanes, Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, the northern and central portions of Aurora, Apayao, Abra, Kalinga, and also Mountain Province, Ifugao, the northern and eastern portions of Benguet, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, and Polillo Islands. The TD is also forecast to bring heavy rainfall in Aurora, Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, Ifugao, Mountain Province, Kalinga, Apayao and Ilocos Norte, and also Nueva Vizcaya and Nueva Ecija.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio, the WWD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, and same time and same station. Once again, this is Ralph Susan Abay for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.